Table time. There's 3 of us today because we've gone for quantity instead of quality.
Mm.
You fucking keep that in there. We're going to talk about the Worlds, the Derby comp that just happened, and we got all your shitty questions that we're going to answer. There's actually quite a few. Well, I only wrote down 6, but there was like 10, 12 questions. I can't fucking talk about these all night. I'd say
10 or 12 questions from over 1,000 arm wrestlers in the country.
yeah,
Wow.
no one's interested.
Pushing the boat out.
We'll probably get about 100 views on this video.
Yeah, the 100 people that watch.
So where do you want to start? Derby?
Yeah, that was this weekend, just gone.
Andy Thorne took second on the left hand out of 2 people.
Masters.
I'm sure he said there was 3.
Masters
There was 3
Unlimited.
on the left, wasn't there?
He
4
beat-
on the right.
Yeah, he messaged me in delight saying he'd beaten former Grandmasters European champion or something. I was like,
95 years
He's
old.
95 years old,
Hadn't trained in 15 years.
and Andy had to hold him for a good 30 to 40 seconds,
Bleed him out.
bleed him out till he took the pin.
Luckily his blood was already dust anyway. You know, cunt.
The Wolverine probably thinned it out enough.
But well done, Andy.
Yeah, well done, Andy. We just rinsed you
You're
completely.
just
there.
jostling
Yeah.
with you.
Maybe turn up to training though once in a while.
Andy Thorne never trains.
What did he
literally
say though?
just
He said he can't afford to train because he takes him too long to recover. So he just turns up
rocks
to
up to
competitions,
Can't knock that.
gets a fucking medal. He's probably got the most medals out of Sussex. Don't you think? If you
Yeah.
add them all up, he's probably got fucking only 2
because he's been
cabinets.
pulling 50
He's
years.
got more than me. All I've got is a few scraps of paper blowing about the garage floor.
Yeah, but you don't care about medals, do you? You
No.
fucking chuck them in the bottom of your gym bag. When you got your sit-down medals, I almost didn't want to fucking give it to you because I knew it'd be going in your bag.
Tell us why you compete then, Stuart, if medals aren't the game.
That is one of the questions, actually. Yeah.
Just good day out,
Good day out.
banter, get away from the kids, the missus.
Stuart has got 12 children.
It's better than fixing shelves, isn't it? 'Cause I'm shit at that. Worse at that than I am arm wrestling DIY.
How do you find it now you're pro compared to when you're a novice?
Pro, yeah, no, it's good.
Are you still enjoying pro
Yeah,
as
no.
much as you enjoyed novice?
Probably enjoy it more actually.
Yeah, I was
I'm
thinking
probably more focused because obviously.
Feels like it means a bit more, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
well, the
now
pro
when you're
arm
pro?
Not
wrestlers-
knocking novices, though.
No.
No, not knocking
Yeah.
novice. You have to start somewhere. I was a novice for fucking ages.
I was a novice for 1,000
You won't
years.
see me slagging off novices unless they come to the club and I just twat them.
Yeah.
But novices is like fucking just turn up and have a laugh, isn't it? Pros is kind of the same, but when you've got the possibility of
Yeah.
Everyone's
a
pretty
Tom
much
Holland
good.
or a Pepescu
Yeah.
or Carl Hutchinson
Got
or a
some
Bob
serious
Dan or
guys,
thing,
haven't you?
you know, you hear the name and the hairs on your neck go up and the fucking adrenaline gets going and you actually, well for me anyway, I get psyched if I get
Yeah.
a proper name, although 99% of the time to this date I get twatted, but
You're
I
there.
feel like I get more fired
You're getting up
for
there,
that
though.
than
And then when you do well at a pro, you feel like it means more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you did well and you look at the company you were in, you're like, oh, I did all right that
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Training's paying off. Blah blah blah.
Well, it's luck of the draw as well. Like, even me at the sit-downs, everyone was bleeding each other out. And then I was picking off the fucking drained people like a coyote.
Well, this
Fucking-
Derby comp, it looks like 3 of the top Europeans in Britain.
Oh, yeah, it looked
They're
unreal.
residents in Britain, I think, but they compete all across
Did you
Europe.
see,
and
it was packed as well.
I can never say his fucking name.
Bogdan Stoiker.
Stoiker, Bogdan,
He won the under 105s and the 105s plus right arm.
Perpetu.
They've
is that
always
his
done
name?
well, but there's a lot of top names missing from that comp as well.
True. Yeah.
Let's be honest.
They
There
kind
was-
of cleaned up. Those 3 turned up and kind
No.
of cleaned up that
Yeah.
comp, really.
James Wall won. I
James
know
Wall
what you
there.
mean. Yeah, James Wall, but there was no.
It was,
Ethan
a big, it was a big
Sanders.
comp and there were good names, but there could have been a lot more good
There
names
could have
there
been,
in the
yeah.
mix, you know, and they weren't. So,
Thing is, people have things on. Petrol's fucking £2 a litre.
Mm.
well, I was at work.
Yeah, can't get to
There's
every
always
con.
that.
Luckily, the arm wrestling calendar's so massive.
That's
now
what I was
that
about
you
to
can-
say. It's so busy that you can
doesn't-
sort of pick and choose what you
It doesn't
wanna
really
do now.
matter if you miss one or two here and there.
No, because when it used to be like 2 comps a year, you'd be getting ready for them 2
Yeah,
comps.
if you didn't go to them, then you have to wait for a whole another year to.
Yeah,
Go
now there's
again.
like fucking.
I think I've done 4 already, and I've
Yeah.
got 3 more to go. Yeah, that'd be 7 this year in
Yeah.
12 months. It's
We went to Wales in January,
Yeah.
didn't we?
been to Wales twice, haven't we? Now
Been to Wales twice already.
Devon,
Yeah.
sit downs. We got SummerSlam,
I
then
didn't
we
do
got
Devon. I've done the
Worlds.
sit downs. Yeah.
SummerSlam's coming up fast, isn't
Yeah.
it? I hope the weather's like this though. What if it's pissing down? It'd be alright.
10.
Nah, be fine.
I'd love it to be like thunder and lightning on the sea with the waves.
No.
Oh,
I've
that'd be
got
amazing.
I've got a massive gazebo. Well, my dad bought gazebo to go under.
Yeah.
So-
Hyena's got the big club gazebo.
The hyena, you mean Mr. Unreliable?
Yeah, Mr. Unreliable. Mr. I'll get you an electrician's phone number and never actually send it to you.
Mr.
Or-
I'll do your
Mr.
brakes.
I'll get my
I'll do your shed
cousins,
roof.
uncles, brothers, ex-brother-in-laws, girlfriends, younger brothers, uncles, monkeys, cousins
Former
to come
carpenter.
round and do your shed roof for you,
Yeah.
but not actually do it.
I said that in 2018.
He's only been training twice since he won the sit downs because he's so good now that he doesn't need to train.
He's elevated.
He's elevated his status. To,
Double dips
We've
in
got
the
to get a
brill
bit of a
cream now.
rinse in today.
Yeah.
Who else did well at Derby?
James Wall won on the
Wall
right arm,
beating
under
Craig
90.
Sanders, didn't he?
Mate, that was fucking...
Oh, yeah, Craig Saunders was
That
there.
was an emphatic win, that.
Mm.
If you've ever seen
Yeah.
someone beating a legendary pro in
Yeah.
a more emphatic manner, I don't think there is there.
Absolutely
it was
blitzed him.
yeah. I mean, that was a
Yeah.
if you're going to beat a pro, that's the way to do it.
I
isn't it?
remember
That's a-
James Wall. I was there when James Wall won the 2017 novice Bath, was it? And like, look how far he's come now. He's like phenomenal. He's
Well, he's
moved
a
up
top
such
guy
a
in the
level.
country, isn't he? Really?
I remember like left arm. He was like having a little hard time with Chris, weren't he? Remember? It's the only person Chris kept pulling. They kept getting called against
Oh,
each
that
other.
was at a Bath once,
Yeah,
wasn't
that
it?
was
They had to
another-
pull like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, every time Chris got called, it was against James Wall. And now, like, look at James Wall now. Just fucking smack. He's on arm wars.
Up to his level.
He's up to his level big time.
That's what you got to do. Keep up in your level, get left behind.
Just keep pulling as much as you possibly can.
Josh Davis came 6th. He went from being in the final with Tom Hollands in Devon to then coming 6th
And I
at
saw
Derby.
I saw Greg Foster was ranked 5. So did he beat Davis?
I don't know. There's not been much footage of this comp come out, to be honest, so it's quite hard to actually talk about
if they're coming 5th and
the
6th, it
performances
just
there.
tells you about the levels of
Yeah.
the opponents
Well,
in that
I
competition,
think
though,
that
doesn't it?
Petru, Adrian, and Stoica were top 3 in pretty much each class they entered.
I mean, I bet they beat everyone they should have beat,
Yeah.
and they lost to people that you probably would expect them to lose to. You know,
Yeah.
that's pretty much how most
James
of,
Stewart
how
actually
most
came
of my
down
comps
from
go.
Scotland.
Yeah, that was his comeback because I talk to James every now and then. He was a bit injured, I think, over Christmas time, so he wasn't sure when he was going to
Was
compete.
that when he hurt himself at the British? Was it? In
Yeah, I
November?
think he had a
Yeah.
torn pec or pulled
Yeah.
pec or strain or something.
Yeah.
So it's good to see him back in the mix.
He's a big, strong guy, isn't he?
The Claymore,
He could do more. The Kurgan
the Kurgan.
from Highland. But yeah, it looks like a good comp.
I
And
just
then,
call him that big cunt.
that big fucking tree walking around. Don't say it to his face.
Brontosaurus.
To his face, we're like, hello, James, you alright? But yeah, and then us 3 are going to be going to the Worlds
Yeah, the world's baby.
Represent
Get in there,
in September.
finally.
Dieppe, France.
I'm hoping to pull under 95, but if not, I'll be in under 105.
It's not quite America. But
No.
it'll
But
do.
when it was America, it was literally us 2
I know.
and Barry.
I know.
Well,
And now it's in
apparently
France, but
we
COVID
are
was happening, wasn't it?
part of a 44-man team. But if you are wanting to go to the Worlds, you need to get in touch with Dean Bolt, the Welsh Wolverine, immediately.
Yeah.
Because he's ordering T-shirts next week.
Yeah,
So-
send him your dosh
DM Dean.
and he'll sort it out. But yeah, 40-something man team. Paul Maiden's really excited about it.
Team captain is Aggie.
Aggie's team captain. We've got just a few names. I didn't write them all down because he's.
Just a reminder, because I know there's some proper fit cunts. Just because you bought a T-shirt doesn't mean you're going. You do have to book a hotel, a ferry crossing, or a plane, and you do have to go online and register your entry and pay your entrance fee to be in a 44-man team.
Exactly.
At the moment, it's 44 people have bought T-shirts.
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
And if you're booking a room, make sure you book yourself a room. Don't even dream of asking me to share a room.
Yeah, we
I will
don't
not be
share.
sharing a room with anyone.
I don't even share with Mitch.
I
I
don't
share
care
the
if
room
you
with him.
turn up and your fucking hotel room's a fucking building site and you're like banging on my door, Mitch, I'm sleeping out in the Dieppe rain. I'll be like, enjoy that, and I'll shut my fucking door because I'm not sharing a room with anyone.
Yeah.
Remember I said it.
But I think you can get a ferry from New Haven. At the moment, it's looking at about 46 quid return.
It's a foot passenger, isn't it? Foot
Yeah,
passenger.
without a car. I'm
with
talking.
a car's like 86 quid.
Oh right, okay. So and
Things
then
ain't cheap.
we've seen a few hotels. You booked the actual flat or something, innit?
Yeah,
Or
no,
looking to book a
I've
flat,
picked up a 1-bedroom apartment for 300 quid for the whole week.
which isn't bad.
And
Do you know
it's,
what I mean?
it's
That's-
about a 10-15 minute walk from the venue.
Yeah.
And the same from the pool.
all the hotels and that in the, where is it? Dieppe? How do you say
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Dieppe. They're all walking
You'll
distance.
turn up
Yeah.
to this, it'll just be this guy's flat and they'll answer the door in French. And
Do you
like,
sleep with me?
Huh?
Bonjour.
you'll be like, there with your suitcase, you're there with your suitcase. I'm here, I rented the room
You
for the
bed
week.
with me?
Shows you to your mattress in his basement. Oh, it's a flat, isn't it?
A bijou le taxi bed.
But yeah, we got Maidens competing, Dean Bolt, Urban, Kieran Morrison, James Beach is doing under 95, I think. He's trying to get to 95.
What's he chopping a leg off?
Oh.
Fucking how the fuck's he getting
If
to
he
90?
cut-
How are you getting to 95 kilos,
If
James
he
Beach?
cut a bit of his chin off,
Having a laugh.
that probably weighs him down for a
Yeah,
bit.
he's got a sander.
Yeah.
Borrow one.
I thought he was like a kitchen fitter, I think. Could probably sort his chin out, couldn't he?
Lose a kilo of fat.
Dwyer's doing under 105. He said to me, "Are you in my class?" I said, "Yeah, maybe, if I don't get to 95." So I'm going to give him the left arm and he's going to give me the right. We've shook on it and it's a done deal. So at least I'm going to get a pin at the Worlds. Captain Anavar, he wants to come, though he better stop his cycle now because I'm going to be telling them when he walks past, I'm going to grab the
Don't
drum.
die. I'm going to be over his head
I'm
like
gonna
that.
fucking test this granddad right now because he's placed it at every fucking competition he
He
does,
just won Masters at Derby again.
and he's roided out of his eyeballs. I'm telling you now. If they took any of his blood or hair, it would just literally, it wouldn't even be red. It would just be
He
animal.
walks around the room and radiation is actually like wafting off of it.
Enough drugs in him to cure a whole cancer wing.
If you're natty and you stand next to him, you will fail a drugs test.
Craig Sanders, he's doing it. Who else? I think Harry Leal and
Fucking
Greg
loads of
Foster's
people.
There's like
There's
44
loads of people I've never even heard of are going.
Yeah.
including us.
Some
very
old
good.
names coming back that haven't competed in a while. I think Paul's talked into competing.
I don't think.
It's a good opportunity. It's France. It's pretty close. You know, you can get there quite easy. So it's quite a good one to get to. How often is it going to be close enough for you to get to
But you have got
at this sort of price?
You have got Armwars round about the same time, so a lot of the top names in England might have been signed up to Armwars, and that's why they're not going to. Because it's at the Arnold Classic, isn't it? Is it going to be there
It'd be a
again?
bit hard to pull out of a show like that, wouldn't it? When
Yeah.
you've been, people are relying on you.
Especially if you've already committed to pulling at Armwars. Do you know what I mean? Like Armwars is a big platform, but it depends if you wanted to be a world champion or not, or just pull it Armwars.
Well,
Always
just-
next year. Most of them are under 40, aren't
I
they?
suppose.
Who
Yeah.
You know,
knows where,
unlike me.
where will it be next year? I
Probably
think
my only chance of getting to a Worlds.
before COVID, it was Florida, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were actually booked up to go to Florida, weren't we?
Yeah.
What a fuck up that was.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Well, luckily we all got our money back, but it took a lot of phone calls. I think I was on the phone for like, 2 hours?
Yeah.
And then they told me it was
£2 a minute.
£2 a
fucking
minute.
charge.
I was like, you're fucking joking.
I was like, so what, Dan? Don't worry, I'll give you half the money.
Fuck's sake.
So, oh, mate, it was
So
unreal.
France is a bit easier, isn't it? A bit cheaper.
Yeah, but America would have been great.
There is an arm wrestling club based in Dieppe as well that I
is
follow online. Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to get involved, or you're thinking of entering the world, it doesn't matter what level you're at. If you're novice, pro,
Just
elite,
fucking go.
if
See
you fancy
experience.
coming, just talk to Paul Maiden or Aggie or Dean Bolt.
Get
You'll
in
get
touch with
put
Dean.
into the WhatsApp Worlds group, and you can get all your information there. You'll probably have to either book a week or up to 5 days to go, because you've got to register, weigh in, and you pull left arm one day, right arm the other day. Then
I think the fact is
departure.
the possibility of 40 people as well. But how you can not go when there's a
Just
40,
think of the banter.
40 odd
Yeah.
team over there.
The
all
British are
together,
coming. The red
drinking,
coats are coming.
side table pulling. You know, all the foreign fuckers we can fucking take the piss out of there.
Yeah.
You know, maybe even get one or two of us deported by accident.
Stuart probably get garroted out of Subway or something.
Probably, yeah.
Where's my mama?
I'll be a pedestrian this time, though, so there'll be no possibility of my push bike getting nicked.
Right, let's go on to questions because there's quite a few of them, and then that leads to other subjects, doesn't it? So, your favourite matches coming up in SummerSlam? That was from Oxford Armwrestling.
Who too? All of us.
Yeah, just what are you looking forward to in a match at SummerSlam? I mean, there's 46 matches at SummerSlam. Bigger
I'm
than
looking
last
forward
year.
to absolutely decapitating, shellacking Carl the Vegan Crosby. Left arm. 4 years since we had our match. Just get absolutely execute him on the fucking seafront in front of everyone. Then just go out, throw his fucking head in the sea.
But that's the match you're looking forward to, is it?
Yeah, and I've got David Prokupek on the right, so that could be a bit of a battle. Right arm's not my best arm, but it will be a good little test.
I think
against
Carl's
Dave.
in trouble, to be honest. He can't pin my left arm, and his left arm's meant to be his best. So, and my left arm's
Ain't
shit.
looking good for Cole at all.
Yeah.
Don't we?
You got
Sorry,
two
Carl,
chances.
it's just
It's not looking good.
Slim
Can't
and
see it
none by
happening,
looks
mate.
of things.
It's not looking good, bro.
Slim's out of town. It's not looking good, bro. Big man team.
Big man team, yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to.
there's a lot of big names. Fucking Alex Sandu, Alex ABCD, whatever the fucking Joe
Changes
Smith
his name every
is.
week because
He's got some good
Yeah.
matches, and he's got
He's
Adrian,
got Adrian O'Dwyer.
O'Dwyer.
Yeah.
that's it.
That's going to be a humdinger of a match.
Changes
isn't it?
his name every week because he don't want to get deported. But
Or
before he
he's not, or
does,
he's not paying his tax.
yeah, or he's sex trafficking girls or something.
Definitely all three.
Definitely all three, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
See it in his eyes when he
selling
talks to
roids.
him.
But he's got Adrian O'Dwyer. I'm looking forward to Carl Hutchinson against Adrian Popescu left arm.
Yeah, that'd be good.
well
Some big names, some good matches.
Um,
They're world-class matches, those two.
yeah. I'm looking forward to Harry Lill, Josh Davis as well.
Yeah,
that'd be a
that'll
good
be a
match.
little humdinger.
Is that right-handed?
Yeah, and they're doing left hand as well. I think
right.
Harry wins left arm because his left arm's quite
I'd go with
tasty.
that. Yeah.
Who's Stewart got?
He's got Darren Lunn.
Yeah, let's not talk about our opponent.
But did you see Stefan Pantelic was at
Oh, yeah.
Derby and he was pinning some names? You see,
Who?
he was beating some
Oh,
people.
fucking what
Honestly,
names?
I
Fuck
just saw him
off.
get pinned twice.
Honestly, he was pinning people. He
Who?
looked quite
Manny
solid.
Luca?
He was in novices.
Was he?
He's pinning novices. Yeah,
Oh,
he
was
wasn't
he?
in the pros.
Oh,
yeah.
was he not?
He pinned no
I'll
names.
take it back then. Yeah, go fuck yourself, Pantelic. Yeah.
I'm not taking you lightly, Stefan, but you know you've been out the loop a while. You know I've competed at a higher level now.
Yeah.
Had a taste of it. Not bigging myself up, training constantly. If you beat me, fair enough.
Yeah.
But I can't see that happening, and I can't see Darren beating me either.
No.
Why?
Yeah. So
Yeah, I've got Rhino if he turns up. What are the odds of him turning up?
They ring you an hour before your match. My kitchen's just turned up. I haven't even, can we put our match on last? Because I haven't even left the north yet.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
That's where he'll be hot.
I know he does it every time, but I'd like to think that he is actually going to turn up. If not, I haven't got a fucking right arm match. I'll have to pull someone willing on the day, maybe. I don't know.
Or not worry about it. It's 45 fucking matches.
Yeah, not worry about
It's
it.
a
Yeah.
long
But
day,
then I
mate.
got Prokupek on the left, so that'd be quite good. But I know he had wars with Ashley, didn't he, on the left? And Ashley isn't a consistent trainer, is he, really?
No.
He's
So-
gone off a bit now. I haven't seen Ashley Smith in a while.
The thing is, he gets strong and then he fucks off.
Mm.
And then he has to start again.
Has Chris Chris from Pompey, has he got a super match?
No.
At SummerSlam? Has
Chris
he not
Thomas?
come? Yeah.
No,
No?
don't think so.
Shame. He's been training a lot. He comes
Yeah,
up,
he's
trains
strong.
with us like every couple of
He went
weeks.
to
He's up
Derby,
training.
as well.
didn't he? Yeah.
Got a few
Yeah.
pins.
Doing well. I thought he might have had a match, but
James Mister, the Moroccan Sunset, he got a few pins.
Yeah, he looked good. I think he done well on the left, was it?
Yeah, did he come second?
I think that was
second
Josh
or
Powell, wasn't it? Josh Powell took second on one arm.
who's Josh Pell?
James.
Sorry, Josh. I'm not like these two. I'm not glued to the YouTube watching every
He's
video.
a
so I
novice
don't know
arm
who everyone
wrestler from Chesterfield, I think. Sorry if I got that wrong, but yeah. He's pulling at SummerSlam as well. Right, question
Just trying to
2.
see.
What are you looking up? Who won?
Second right arm, Moroccan
Second.
Sunset.
Did
in the
he? I thought
novices.
he'd injured his shoulder. He must be back on the
Second
gear.
right arm,
He's back on the gear, isn't he?
sixth left arm.
What are you taking this time? Debo? Bit of growth, maybe, to heal his shoulder?
Everyone's on gear.
Which elite do you think that both of you could beat?
Elite.
Elite?
And that question answers itself, doesn't it?
Do you
No,
know
none
what,
of them.
what was I saying to you, sir?
They're elite for a reason.
I'd
'cause
like
you
a
can't beat
match. I'd like a match of that Petru right arm.
them.
Petru.
Petrescu?
What's his name?
Is it Petrescu?
The blonde
Petrescu?
guy.
Peter Powell, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
him.
know who you mean. He was with Bogdan and that at
I know.
Derby, the one that entered like 600 classes.
Yeah, right arm.
Yeah.
I'd like a match with him just to test where I'm at. I know he's a lot lighter than me, but
Couldn't be an elite super heavy. I could not at that level.
you pinned Dean Bolt and Adam Croc.
Yeah, but how elite are we talking?
Elite. He just said elite.
Elite is
Elite, when you
like
say elite to me,
Devon
you're-
Larratt.
to me you're talking top 1%.
Yeah.
Top 1%.
I know what
Like,
you mean.
you know, very good, I'd say, is in the top 30% of the country. And then,
Yeah. I know what you mean.
you know, elite to me.
Let's
is
forget
just-
that
So
question.
the answer's no, we can't be any.
No elite. You wouldn't be any elite.
Don't ask stupid fucking questions.
Yeah, we're not at that level yet, yeah? Well, maybe they thought we were that good that we're at that level.
Keep thinking we're that good, but the answer's no.
Yeah. Who is the best arm wrestler in the UK? That's from Oliver Scott.
How do you want to interpret that question? If you're going to say
What,
you're
pound for
if
pound?
you're gonna-
Or
yeah, pound for pound,
I'd say,
most
yeah, pound
classes,
for
most
pound.
tournaments, blah blah blah. That's got to be
I'm always biased towards Tom Holland.
same as that. But you know, if you want to look at the residing foreign contingent, now you've got Alex, haven't you? And Popescu, and you know, they all give Tom a run for his money. They beat Tom.
But
Cole
let's,
Hutchinson has beaten a lot
let's
of those
say,
people.
okay,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
let's say only UK arm wrestlers that compete at the UK National.
I would say Cole Hutchinson is the best arm wrestler in the UK.
Really?
And then maybe Mindaugas.
Sure, he's not the strongest arm wrestler in the UK.
Well, he's beaten all the top
Who
names,
hasn't
isn't
he
he?
beaten?
He's cleaned out Britain,
Mm.
pretty much.
Yeah,
Just on strength alone.
yeah, true. Fuck.
I don't know. When has he had a super match with Tom Holland though? Best of 5.
They had
He pinned him at that comp the other year, didn't he? We
I
all
think
went
they're
to. And then
2-1 or 1-1.
Tom done him twice in the final, didn't he? Have they competed against each other since then? You know,
Sure to
I know Carl's beaten everyone since that, but I
Let's
don't-
set it up. Tom Holland has to go against Cole
Well,
Hutchinson to decide who's the
My
best.
answer's Cole Hutchinson.
I'd
Fight amongst yourselves.
forget,
who you think?
David Bradford as well.
Oh, David
Yeah.
Bradford, yeah.
He's beaten the Who's Who, but then he lost to Cole Hutchinson as well, didn't he? At Arm Wrestling Gods, quite convincingly as well, I might say.
I mean, I'd go with Carl as being the strongest arm wrestler without a doubt. But best arm, when you ask the question, best arm wrestler, I'd say actual arm wrestler, like technique, the whole package.
Probably.
It's got to be Tom out of the two of them, isn't it?
There's so many though. You know, you got Craig Saunders, you got that Mindaugas.
It's definitely a triggering debate.
Did you watch
isn't it?
Arm Wars? Mindaugas
This is
was pinning that
controversial, but
Sanders.
Craig's dead now. Do you see the way James Wall smashed him?
Oh, Craig, did you hear that?
He
Craig's
said that
dead.
out loud.
Fuck.
The new guard's coming, mate.
This is toxic. Craig's dead.
He's dead, mate.
He's not even had
Dead
any
in the water.
tequila.
Dead in the water. I don't even drink. Sorry, Craig. Not sorry.
So yeah, to answer that, I'd go with Tom Holland. Mitch is going with Carl Hutchinson. Who are you going with? Your final answer.
My final answer, best arm wrestler in UK, it's got to be Tom Holland, I think.
Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, this is a good one. Who is the most toxic man you've ever met? I'm looking at him right now, I think.
The most toxic man I've ever met.
Or woman. Let's not bring women into it, because I've seen a few toxic women. Toxic.
The most toxic man I've ever
And
met.
the ad set.
Just a fucking idiot.
Never meet, you know, they say never meet your heroes, and I actually went to one of Bill Kazmaier, 3-time World's Strongest Man seminars, and I have to say, he was an absolute fucking knob.
Was he?
Yeah.
Why?
He's just a knob.
Why is he a knob?
He just talks so much shit, mate.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, what
Slag-
define toxic?
He just, I don't know if he was having a bad day, he just slagged off everyone,
Oh, what that? Was
talk shit.
it? So what you do on a daily basis then?
People, yeah, but he's getting
Sounds like
paid
you're
to
describing
He's
yourself.
getting paid to do it, so I was jealous. He's getting paid, so I was jealous.
Most
People asked him
toxic man.
how he did his squat, and he said, "God lifted him up," and I was just like, "I'm out."
Yeah.
That's your thing.
Yeah.
Pray, but
Gotta say, one of the biggest turn-offs of conversation when they start bringing God into the equation for me with anyone. You know, believe in what you want, veganism, chicks with dicks, whatever. But, you know, you ain't got to preach it to everyone. You know, like
yeah,
if you're at an arm wrestling competition, just talk about arm wrestling. If you're at a weightlifting competition, just talk about weightlifting.
yeah.
You know, if you've got views on political views, religious views, just keep that.
Politics and
Keep
religion
that to
will
the
just
people that are
get
actually
you in
talk about it.
arguments all the time.
Well,
That was from James Stewart, that question.
Yeah.
Who's the most toxic man?
I'd say Mitch Tart is the most toxic person
Yeah.
I've ever met
I'd
in
go
my
with that.
life.
I'd go with that.
Fuck.
I've known him a whole nearly 37 years.
Most
feel-
toxic person I met. but That's why we've been mates for the last 12
I
years.
feel honoured and offended at the same time.
What is your ultimate goals in arm wrestling? What's your
Just to
goal?
go as long as possible.
Yeah?
Just to keep going there.
You don't care about titles and that.
Nah, I love the training, I love the pump, I love the hard work, the sweating, the fucking pain, the competing, the banter, and I'm too old to give a fuck about winning titles, although I am training 3 times a week. It is in the back of my head somewhere, it must
Yeah.
be, to keep me, you know, it'd be nice to win something, but I'm just happy to turn up and have a crack and go home, and
Yeah.
if I'm still competing at 55, I'll be happy.
I want to win a fucking British. The least I want to win is a British Pro stand-up title.
Yeah, it'd be good to win a pro stand-up title.
to win anything.
That's the goal, to win a.
When you're at a high level, winning just a tournament that means nothing on paper. If there's a high, like look at that Derby comp, the winner of that.
That's a good win.
Yeah, is that to work fucking hard?
Yeah,
And
well-
that comp doesn't really mean anything
you
in
won
terms of
if you won,
titles,
I mean,
but it's still a
this
hard
is
day's
probably,
work.
probably toxic to say, but I think the novice classes were pretty weak compared to previous novice classes at other but the pro classes were absolutely stacked. The quality of the wrestlers there was, and if you won any class in the pro like that, I'd say you've got to come away with that feeling as happy as if you'd won a national title, because there was some top notch fucking opposition.
But it's like Dean Bolt said though, the quality in England is so high. Like if you say you were competing, I don't know, fucking France, and you went to a tournament, you might turn up there and just absolutely thrash their supposed best pullers. Do you know what I mean? Because
Well,
the standard.
that's
you've
why you
been
need to go to
pulling-
the Worlds, people.
Yeah,
Get over there.
because the standard you've been used to, all your fucking
It's higher than some
Yeah.
twat in France who probably are pretty good.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So. Yeah. What's your goal? Just a British title.
Yeah, beat a few top names. I've got a hit list I'm after. I'll keep it to myself because don't end up with egg on my chin.
Yeah.
But I'll say there's a few people I'm after that I'm aiming at.
I'd like to be a decent competitive pro arm wrestler at the end of the day. If I can get just near the top 5,
But I think like
most comps.
when
would
you
be
turn
good.
up to a competition, you're already seen as like, I'm talking like us three, like you two, whatever. If you go to a table, people seem a bit more switched on because they're like, shit, I better be a bit more on my game here, otherwise I could lose. They're not thinking, oh, this is easy.
Yeah,
work.
we're not
Do you know what I mean?
completely useless.
No.
Yeah, that's what I didn't want when I started. I didn't want to be a laughing stock.
They're not getting called against Stuart Acton and going, oh, this is easy. They're going, right.
Oh, I'm
fuck
sure
off.
some of them are.
Well, like Tom Holland, maybe. Well, he knows me. He won't wreck my arm.
Yeah. I still wake up with a cold sweat, with that pains in my elbow from that shellacking.
I went up to the table when I got called against Tom Holland. I just literally said in his ear, "Please don't hurt me," and he went, "Okay, you hit first." And he actually let me hit him, and then he just dragged me back. That's how kind the
I'd
man
have preferred
is.
it if he just went, ha! and then just carried on.
I'm definitely hurting you now. How dare you even step into my realm?
Challenged me with such primitive skills.
But that sort of leads to the next question, because where do you honestly rank yourselves in your top 10?
Weight class?
In your weight class.
Weight classes in pros. Me, I'd say I'm probably in the bottom 30%.
What's that mean?
It's hard to rank
I
yourself.
would,
isn't it?
talk to a
I
dummy.
would say, right, say if you've got all the super heavy pros,
Yeah.
if they all turned up at the next competition, they'd probably be a 30-man class, wouldn't it? And I would be in the bottom 10, I would say, behind 20 other super heavy pros.
I'm not going to rank myself. I'm going to say, you rank me. Let me know where you would rank me.
I think I've been to enough competitions and arm wrestled enough people to safely say I'm probably top end at the bottom 30%.
Yeah.
I'd hasten to add.
Depends.
Maybe break into the middle 30%
Who's in
or
your-
33 and a third percent.
Say like me. Why don't let's rank each other then? So I'll rank Mitch. Who's in his class? Let's say left.
Fucking everyone.
Let's say left arm. You've pinned Dean Bolt.
Sit down.
You've pinned Adam.
Standing.
They're,
Yeah, that was
they're
good.
top guys. I'd say you're.
Be honest.
I'd
he's
say
on
you're
his weaker
probably.
arm, though.
I'd probably say you're number 10.
10.
Oh,
Nah.
I don't know. I think there's
In England.
I think there's top. But you got Vasi,
Oh,
Manus, Adam Catcher, obviously, Dean Bolt,
Hightower.
Hightower, Skelby, AJ coming up. He's a strong.
Yeah, but
fucking
these are
gun.
people you could beat. As
Could
in
do.
them, not the top 3, but them other people you just meant. They're
Oh,
people
maybe.
which could
Well,
beat.
they're just names coming. Did I say Vasi?
Yeah.
You know, and that's
Dazan.
Zan, yeah,
Hutchinson.
James Stewart, Cole Hutchinson. That's up to 11 now.
It's
Okay, I'll take
a
this
tough
back.
place to live.
You're
to
number.
11, so-
You're number 20.
So out of
Top 20. Wow.
well, if we're being generous, we're probably up there at top 15, outside 10.
What about
between
me?
10th and 15th.
Rank me then. Then you rank me.
What, in your pro class?
Let's say because
you've got your class even worse.
I know.
Because
I'm
you've
the
got,
105 then. Let's say.
And that's
105.
before you-
Greg, Josh, Beach.
But these are people I could beat.
yeah, but what if you Tom Holland and Popescu and
Yeah, well, not
the other
them.
they enter 6 classes? You
Yeah.
drop down fucking 3 places with them all in it.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
You know, but if you don't throw them in the mix, if you just genuine under 105s,
That was a hard question.
yeah,
Don't
genuine
ask
under
it again.
105s, I would. I would
Let's say we're top. We're gonna say top 20 at least.
top 20. Yeah.
Top 20. Not top 100.
I don't.
top 20.
There's no way we're in the top 10. Well, top 20 of pullers that regularly turn up at comps. You know, like, it's no good. Don't be watching the video back going, no, I'd smash you guys if you haven't competed in the last year because we haven't seen you, we don't know about you.
Yeah, if
But
we haven't seen you or know about you, then we don't give a fuck about you.
you can only gauge on people you've competed against
Like,
and see regularly, innit?
Even this year's competitions, I've gone to all these competitions and it's just the same people. I haven't seen anyone new. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all the same
You
people.
watch,
that we've
there's a lot of training videos out and about, and all these people training, and I've not seen them at any novice comps or pro comps or any
I love
comps,
it.
but you see them all the time on videos training.
What I've been seeing a lot, we mentioned this in episode 4, is when I see people training like this with their bent wrist, and then I saw it in Derby on some of the videos, and then they're getting twatted at competitions because you're not fucking training properly. I know we're only human. Do you get that reference?
No, I don't.
Only human. Starting to feel human now.
Oh,
Oh,
sealed its fate with that comment, I
So
tell you now.
if you need to train with a straight wrist and not cover thumbs
Sealed
and work
his
on your ready
fate.
goes, otherwise you're going to be fucked at competition.
Death warrant.
Death warrant. And it's the same as another thing. Like if you're walking away thinking you've pinned someone at training, you probably haven't. You're only working with what they're giving you, sort of thing. So you need to just.
we've got quite a few novices now that are getting quite good, been with us a year or so, and they're getting stronger. And I know they're getting stronger because of the amount of resistance I give them to work with when they're training.
Yeah.
And
And sometimes, because we train probably more than them, we're not as fresh as, say, they are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So sometimes they feel stronger than
other times.
Like Charlie felt quite strong.
But when when they were completely new, it didn't matter how tired you were. You just twatted them easily, couldn't you?
Yeah.
But now, and especially like now, they understand the technique. They know where they're applying pressure. So when they're going 100% one way, if they're top rolling, they're putting all that pressure in your fingers. You know, rather than just pulling through their hand with a flat wrist, not really knowing what they're doing. You know, so it's you know they're coming on, but can't wait to see how well they do at the novices. To be honest,
Yeah, they'll all be at novices.
Should do well.
They've
you
all
know.
got matches at. They've all got matches at SummerSlam. Russell seems to do better at super matches, doesn't he? Because he can take his time a bit more, I think. The zombie. So, tournaments, I think he gets a bit flustered, maybe. I don't know. So, he'll be looking to improve his record. Charlie's got a match. Laurie. We all have, haven't we? Alan.
Yeah.
The last question was to Stuart, and it was how you got into arm wrestling, and how did you get to know me and Mitch, basically.
Well,
Tell us a story.
Tell us a story time.
got no drink. Might end up with a dry mouth.
Or rum, we're drinking
Fuck
Soda
that.
Jerry's
I'm
and
drinking that
tequila.
shit. So
Dog piss.
if we hit rewind
Fuck
and pretend we're in black and white now, I walked through Worthing Leisure Centre, 2009,
But
to lose a few pounds because I'd gotten a bit soft around the edges. And I was a hefty 15 stone 10 pounds at the time, which is about around 100 kilos or 99.8
still about 4
kilos.
stone lighter than
So-
he is now.
Yeah. So went there to get back in shape, get healthy, get the six pack back, and please the wife. And asked for a spot on the bench, benching 120. The lad spotted me, and he was like, "Oh, you come to powerlifting on a Tuesday night?" Never heard of it. Growing up in a tiny village in the foothold of the South Downs.
Village boy.
Village boy, mate. Yeah.
Silly
So
boy.
yeah. So I was the strongest gay in the village. So I went along Tuesday night and met Mitch, and started powerlifting.
Oh,
Then-
so someone told you to go there, not
Yeah.
Mitch didn't tell you to go
no,
there?
no,
Oh,
no,
right.
no. It was that big tall Stuart.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I
he was
remember
called Hightower as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. He was a roofer, wasn't he? Yeah. He spotted me and he said, "Oh, you know, fucking bench you 120. Did you do power?" I'm like, "No, mate. This is for beach body stuff." So
Yeah.
anyway, went along, met Mitch. Then Matt turned up, Matt Starling, and he asked me how much I squatted and deadlifted, and nearly passed out with absolute horror when I told him I'd never squatted or deadlifted in my life, and I was 32 years old then. I
Oh,
think.
we've known you a long time.
Yeah,
I think you
I
knew
was
Mitch
32.
before me, though.
Yeah. I was 32 at the time, so I learned to squat and deadlift at 32, and after 6 weeks, entered a powerlifting comp. That's when I had the infamous shit my pants squat at 140.
Oh my god.
Didn't really shit my
in the
pants.
church
just,
hall.
just let it rip. It's bloody great big
Oh,
fart.
it's a
And
silence.
the judges did laugh, and they said it would have been a no lift anyway because not allowed turbo assistance. But it was like a fucking library, that comp, till I'd done that, and then after that,
And it was
everyone
freezing
seemed to relax,
cold.
didn't
Oh,
they? And it was good
Powerlifting
laugh.
comps
Yeah.
were so boring.
Dragged. I've done about 7 of them, and yeah, they're not enjoyable at all.
They might be better, but back then they might. But now they seem a bit better. Like if you look at Instagram and all that, the powerlifting competitions, they've got music.
Depends
It's in a
what
better
federation
venue.
you're with,
Yeah,
to
I
be
suppose.
honest.
Yeah, So it does look better
I
now.
totaled about 420 that day, so fucking useless, really.
Was I at the powerlifting club, or did I turn up later?
I think you turned up after a couple of months. I've been
Because I
going a
hated
couple of
it.
months.
I just
yeah,
went
when you
for
turned
something
up
to do.
with benching and spotting, and I was like looking at Mitch, I was like looking at Dan. And then I had to the immortal. I went, are you two cunts brothers or what? And they went, we're twins.
Never even
Can't
met
you
him
tell?
before.
And I went, well, he's a fat fucker and he's fucking skinny.
I was well skinny, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I was like 8 stone 10, 9 stone, something like that.
So yeah, and then when you said, "I'll come and have a go at the strongman," didn't you? So I got into that, so strongman and powerlifting, and I was eating like a dog.
Strong as a god.
Put on another 1.5 stone in about 7 weeks. Strength went up. Wife went all depressed because I got even fatter instead of slimming down. Yeah, and then we went round Juan's house, didn't we? And he had an arm wrestling table. And we,
Yeah, so you'd actually done a bit of arm wrestling practice.
yeah, and we
before.
had a go, didn't we? He's like, arm wrestle one, you won't beat him. He's fucking mega. And then yeah,
Because he was only a skinny guy,
yeah,
wasn't he?
and he just done a proper
Don't know if anyone
over
out
your
there
thumb, 100
knows
mile
what-
an hour, smash you. Wasn't it? He just smashed me twice, didn't he? And I was like, can't have this skinny cunt. So I was like, do it again.
Yeah.
And then I caught him, and then just pulled him over and beat him, like pretty much how I arm wrestle these days.
He's only like
And
70
then,
kilos, something like that.
And then I was like, Mitch, just fucking stop him. Just brace yourself. He was just throwing his body across the table. So
Yeah.
just fucking prepare his cat. And then you caught him and pinned him as well, didn't you?
He never showed us anything,
No.
did he? Like how to arm wrestle. He just wanted to twat us.
He did actually have a match at Arundel. Remember Arundel Festival? We had a match with Jake Bennett. Because he
win?
turned up and I went, oh, do you just want a match with Jake? And he went, yeah, okay.
Who won?
Jake won 3-0. But, you know, I think that's the first competitive...
And he done the strong man.
He
courses,
done
wasn't
fake him strong, man.
Yeah.
I remember one year though, he came last in the yoke race and then packed his bag and went home.
Yeah, that was 16. That was when the last one I done.
And Matt was like, "Where you going? No, stay."
When I got Terry's
He's like,
third
"No."
place trophy.
No, he's like, "No, go in." Yeah.
That was when I stepped in last minute.
That was Armed Forces Day, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Does
that's when,
Brian do Armed
that's when I
Forces
turned
Day?
up last minute, wasn't it? And took Terry's third place trophy.
Yeah, but Terry still talks about that to this day.
Yeah. Sorry,
And
Terry.
then, it took me about 2 years to convince you to come arm wrestling again.
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
it?
just pestered me all the time like an excited kid about the latest console. Like, oh, please come, please. And
Please.
I've been on holiday in France and I booked a couple of extra days off of work when I got back, and I was sitting around mooning about at home, bored shitless, just looking at the fucking paint on the wall, thinking, fucking hell, this is boring. And then Dan texted me, coming arm wrestling tonight, like he had done every week for the last 2 years. And so I just thought, fuck it, I'll go. So I just texted back, yeah, pick me up at 6. And then he messaged me back, he went, really? What, really? And I was like, yeah, come pick me up at 6. So he picked me up, and that was, what was that, August
Then
18,
he got
wasn't it?
bitten by the
Yeah,
snake.
you've been
So,
fucking
done a session
addicted
then.
ever since.
and then I think I went back again a couple of months later for another one. Then I bought the table off Andy after the second session, and then you stuck me in that Super Series nonsense, didn't you?
Yeah. That was good fun though, that Super
I used to
Series.
like the little
The Super Series was my training for Wales, wasn't it?
The Super Series was good when
Was it?
because we had nothing else to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That was really my training for Wales, wasn't it? I'll just turn up once a week for the Super Series
there was
matches,
no
and
comps
then
to do.
you go to Wales, you do well. I went, nah, fuck that. See how I do in the Super Series. I'm not getting fucking whitewashed by everyone. I need to get a pin off everyone, and then I'll go.
Yeah, that's good. And then you done well at Wales, didn't you?
Third place left on, baby.
You beat Alex Nicolai, didn't you?
Who?
Yeah, who?
Who?
Who's she?
Who's that?
Well, yeah, I think unless you got any other topics, that's episode 5 then, guys.
Special guest Stuart
The Fair in Oak.
Acton. Say bye, guys.
Cap on, Fair and Oak. Cap
Fair
off,
and Oak.
Fat Grandad from Ferry.
See you later, guys. Stay
Yeah.
strong. Go fuck yourself.